Guys, we are back. Have you seen this back? Yet again, they can't get rid of us. And we just won't stop. And I have no idea what Dave is saying, who has probably muted himself. Nope, still can't hear you.
That one now?
Oh, I hear you now.
Ah, perfect.
We are off and running
Yeah.
with another weekly edition. Guys, another week we haven't missed. It's unbelievable.
It's like a month straight. That's crazy.
That's, for us, oh my God. It's like Cal Ripken. Now, guys, the end is in sight. Our 2-month battle, our 2-month bloody war against television is almost over.
The onslaught of television.
2 season finales to talk about this week. A big episode of one of the last remaining big properties. Dave is going to have fun with that. Now, not much for news. Not much for news even this week, guys. Listen, you hear that?
Is that
hey, Ben?
Is that breaking news? Oh, wait, it's not. There's nothing to talk about except TV this week. Yay.
Guys, we did it. We friggin' did it. It's amazing.
We finally did it.
Now, one thing I do want to say, it's a quick impromptu thing because I saw your little mock-up that you did for the show. Just a little are you watching this? Welcome to Wrexham. Guys, we'll talk about this in a future episode because now we're gonna have time.
Yeah,
we'll have some time.
Have some time.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So I've been meaning to give this show a watch. Give me the sell.
Sure. Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my gosh, 2 people I like.
Sure. By a football club, meaning soccer.
Oh,
for the layman, in a small Welsh town, a bottom tier team that was close to bankruptcy and insolvency, and they try and rescue it. The show deals not only with them and them getting used to how football works, but also what it means to the town and to the fans of Wrexham and also employees. It's phenomenal. It is so good. I highly suggest watching Welcome to Wrexham. It's on Disney Plus now. I don't know what it was. It's probably on the States before. It always is.
Probably like.
But we're Canadian, guys. Like, we get it. Guys, we get it. We're Canadian. We're goddamn Canadians, but so's Ryan Reynolds. So that's kind of part of the deal. But yeah, 18 episodes, I believe. 22 minutes apiece. They'll fly by. I just had to, hang out with my wife a little bit. Ben's not wrong. Ben is like, and you know what? Ryan Reynolds is like the worst Canadian. So just imagine.
He's not even the best Canadian Ryan.
That's a hot take. I know plenty of Ryans. Terrible people.
I was specifically Ryan Gosling.
Oh my God, you think he's better?
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, was Ryan Gosling Van Wilder?
No.
Was he 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place guy?
No. He was not. But you know what else Ryan Gosling wasn't?
What's that?
Green Lantern.
Yeah, oh, that's true. And also, I'm pretty sure Ryan Gosling not a fan of the Vancouver Canucks.
He is not, which is good.
Yeah, it's always good. Vancouver Canucks suck.
Yes,
Soda,
Ben, he is.
Yeah, I don't know who Gosling cheers for, but if Gosling cheers for the Leafs, then it's a wash.
Oh boy,
it is a wash. Now, yeah, guys, welcome to Wrexham. Go see it. But
now, can I ask a question? Just because I've taken some interest.
Love to hear. Yeah.
Now you say Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Yeah.
Are they playing themselves?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
It's a documentary. This is a true thing that happened.
Oh, it's a true thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know
they've done this. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've known about this for a while. I've been looking forward to the show I didn't know where it was, if it was on FX or something in the States. I have no idea.
Huh.
I just know that it finally came to Disney Plus, and if I only had more time, my goddamn day, I would have finished it. But
Well,
I think
you're
I'm already.
about to.
Oh boy, I have. There's so much. There's so much. Oh, The Vow 2, I heard, just came out. The sequel to the Nexium thing that HBO did. I loved the first series of The Vow. Can't wait for that. Let the Right One In has a television show now. They're 2 episodes deep. I can watch that.
Wow.
There's so much I can watch, guys.
Yeah.
Survivors, whatever. But Hell's Kitchen, like whatever.
This is whatever.
Right. Yeah, I can watch whatever. Yes, we have the time. We have the time. The shows are wrapping up, but one is still going. House of the Dragon. Some hot D action. Some hot D action this week. I'm gonna just leave this with Dave. Dave, your thoughts?
I did not care for this episode. I think
let's let the record show.
Let the record show
that Dave's views on House of the Dragon do not necessarily reflect those of have you seen this? Even though even though there's only 2, but anyways, the other one's trapped.
Yeah,
he'll come back sometime.
So it's tough because I don't want to get into like. I don't want to be that guy who's like, no, I don't want to be that guy who's like, well, in the books, it happens like this.
Too late. This is going to be too late.
Whoa. Hot take, Dave. Yeah. Well, so it has maybe some of my least favorite changes from the books in this episode, where it appears that this episode takes place over like 36 hours tops, where in the book, Helena and her kids find Viserys dead, and they don't tell anyone for 10 days, and they just leave his body to rot, and people start like complaining because they need to like get all their ducks in a row and make sure they're like, no one is leaving and no one can talk about this. And I think that's just so much more clever than being like, okay, everyone knows right away, and we're not locking down pretty much at all. And it's like, a Lord Commander, nobody's leaving this room. Okay, well, you just quit the Kingsguard. You can go though. You can go. That's not a problem. I'm sure you won't cause any problems, Graham McTavish.
Yeah, that's one of the I enjoyed the episode. I thought that was odd.
It was
he's just like, peace out, guys. Oh, you just murdered this dude. No problem. Peace out. I'm gone.
Which also, is that the only reason? So in the book, there's 2 different or 3 different accounts of how that guy died, and none of them were this. He gets either thrown out a window, he gets locked up in a dungeon, or he gets stabbed in the back by Kristen Cole. I think it's been a while since I've read them, so I'd have to go back and look. But
it's close enough to the stab in the back.
Yeah, but I'm like, is that the only reason they introduced these little balls in the first episode? Because they didn't have those in Game of Thrones.
Those attendance balls.
Yeah, the attendance balls. Did they come up with the idea of murdering this man with this ball? And they were like, balls. Like,
guys, we got it.
And listen, I don't know. Sorry.
A hot new take on how this dude, the master of coin, dies. Yes.
And I don't care. So, but this episode also had a lot of issues for me where characters weren't acting consistently, not even like episode to episode, but scene to scene. Like Alicent goes to Otto after they've got Aegon. She has Aegon under her control, and is like, and they're having an argument, and Otto says, "You don't have the stomach for it." And she's like, "Not wanting to murder people, that's not weakness." The next scene,
So
Allison's like, Loris comes in and is like, well, I could do some murders for you for some feet pics, And Allison is uncomfortable with it, but like, you just were like, you don't have to murder people in the very scene before that. And then next scene, well, I don't know if you want to murder people. Maybe that's fine.
Is
And
it
then,
just one sec? Is it telling that through all the many instances of incest that this show has shown just this season, that the foot thing was by far the creepiest thing to me?
it was so just I had a problem with it in a lot of ways. I'm like, like it feels gross that the guy with the fucked up
He already
foot.
has the gross foot, and he already has the gross look on his face.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. It feels icky to me that they did that to him because guess what? Not in the books.
Ooh.
That guy, I hate that guy because in the books, his whole like deal is one of the biggest like untold things. We get a lot of like, this is probably what this person thought, but what he was thinking and what his motivations are pretty much never clear. And it is clear now. He just wanted to see them feet. And maybe
those little piggies.
Yeah. And maybe the thing I hated most, well, two things. One, when Damon's ex-girlfriend reveals herself to Otto, I'm like, you know who this woman is. You were there on the bridge. This isn't like Eric
yeah, you're right.
This isn't like Eric and Arik being like, I don't know who this woman is.
Mm-hmm.
This, like, you were there, Otto, and you're gonna trust this woman? It's like fucking stupid. And then hated that because I'm like,
okay.
that makes Otto's decisions going forward. Like, why would you trust this person? You've seen her. Allegedly, she was married to Damon for a time. Allegedly. But we know that's not true. Right. But as far as Otto knows, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But then my least favorite thing is when Eric or Arik, whichever one's the cool one, is like taking Rhaenys away. She's like, oh, we have to go get my dragon. And he's like, oh, no, we could never get to the dragon pit. It'll be far too well guarded. They'd never let you get out of there. She shows up. She just walks down some stairs and gets her dragon, not even guarded.
Yeah, it's like guys, it was parked right under the is it the Holy Sept? Is that what it is?
No, that's the dragon pit.
Oh, where she was?
Yeah, that was the dragon pit where they did Aegon's coronation.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy enough then.
Yeah, but then Rhaenys comes out of the floor and is like, brr, brr, I'm killing all the poor people.
Yeah, they don't count.
And it's like, sees all the people. And she has always been starkly like, all right, what's best for my family. And what I've decided is I've put my lot in with Rhaenyra. Mm-hmm. I could solve all the issues by saying Dracarys. And it's not even like they're closing the gate on her. Otto is yelling, open the gate. Let her leave. It's not like in the books, Aegon flies in on his dragon to the coronation. And he's like, fuck it.
Boss move.
Yeah. His dragon, Sunfire. And it's like, if Sunfire. Yeah. If Sunfire was there, so did I actually.
Canadian.
If his dragon was there, maybe I get it, where it's like, all right, I'm not here to throw down dragon hands, but I'm going to peace out now with the Red Queen, which is what her Meleys, the Red Queen, is the name of her dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm going to peace out, get my homies, and we're coming back. But she just kills all the poor people, and it's not like it was just in the explosion. There's several shots of her just like her dragon grabbing people and whipping them with her tails. She gets right up there, is like, "Rawr! No, we're leaving." And I'm like,
forget it.
I hate that so much. Just that's lazy and does not happen in the books.
Yeah. What I was thinking is that, it's fun to watch. It's always fun to watch the peasants get killed and stuff like that. Um, I don't know. Like for me, it was a fun episode. I have no ties to the book. I have no idea how this goes and stuff like that. I thought it was a little cheap, just to not roast all these people, especially since I found out from you near the beginning of the year that you
Not
can't just
fireproof.
roast these guys. That they'll just all go, okay, what are you gonna do now? That only Danny could do that for some reason.
That's yeah, because the witch and all
Black
that stuff.
magic. The
Yeah.
black magic. Um, let's see. Like Eric and Ark, we'll never be able to tell the two apart.
I don't.
So yeah. So I don't
Rob-
know which one. I don't know which one was taking her through the streets, and lost her pretty easy. And
Yeah.
instead of just sticking around, in that causeway waiting for him, she's like, no, I'm gonna see where this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
and such an easy trip. Like anybody could have went and visited dragons if they want. I guess they would have been roasted alive or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, but yeah, anybody could have just walked down to those steps. No, figuring out no one should guard the dragons, which is a little odd.
I get that they were all busy doing the 27 sword salute, but at the same time, someone should probably be like guarding the dragons.
Yeah, those guys, those yellow cloak guys. I thought they were buddies with Daemon Targaryen, so I was surprised to see them all ready to go here. It's like, oh, let's make this guy king, no problem.
Well, they had in the Green Council chamber at the beginning of the episode, because that's now how the factions are divided. We have the Greens who support Alicent and Aegon, and then the Blacks who are with Rhaenyra and Daemon.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Green Council meeting, Otto specifically calls out, he's like, all right, so we have two commanders of the Gold Cloaks who are still loyal to Daemon. Let's get those two out of there and install them with people we like. So they have been, over the last 20 years, replacing all of Daemon's crew, which is a change, which again is a change, but it's one I like, because you would do that.
How about going when they said when Alicent goes there and says, no, Viserys 100% said in his last breath, make Aegon the king.
Oh my God.
And those guys are like, boom. It's like, guys, this is, okay, so this has already been planned or whatever. Is that the same as the book? Or is this something they said, well, we're just going to do this?
No, because the prophecy is not in it at all. That's a show thing that George added. Right. But because he always wanted to do it. And again, it's different just because it takes 10 days as opposed to like a day. And they have been, it's one of those things where when Rhaenyra is away, the High Towers will play type thing. Like,
so the small council has been highfalutin.
Yeah. Ever since probably, you got to imagine, ever since Lionel Strong got kicked out and Otto got brought back in, they've been like, all right, let's plot.
Since he got fired?
Too soon.
Oh boy. So thumbs down on the episode for you. Thumbs up from me. It's always fun for me to see dragons. Now, I don't know anything about anything else going on. I thought it was strange that Daemon and Rhaenyra, gosh, the other one, the other queen, Rhaenyra. God, I got it right. Yeah. Weren't in the episode at all. There's nothing.
Yeah. I think I also kind of missed that because they've seemingly killed Corlys off screen.
Right. Well, yeah, kind of.
And like
you imagine that you see his last dying moments there.
But like after him, Otto's probably like my favorite character because I just like the scheming. I always loved Tywin, and I was like, show died when Tywin died.
On the shitter.
Yeah.
With an arrow by his own son.
Where in the books, Tyrion says right after he does it, and it turns out Tywin Lannister didn't shit gold. But yeah, no, it was weird not having them. And when you look at like who are our main characters on the show, it's like for this first season we had Rhaenyra, Daemon, Alicent, and Viserys. And really, I feel like you're putting a lot of weight on Alicent in this episode, being like, and now you run everything.
Mopey, doing her mopey look all episode too, except for that scene in the carriage on the way to the coronation. You imbecile, so good.
Yeah, I gotta say, when even Aegon is like, you fucking no, mom, he did not want me to be king. When that little shithead is telling you, no, dad did not want me to be king. Like maybe re-examine your life.
That also brings me back to last week. You're asking who's going to be king, and I said, well, probably Aegon because they keep calling him Aegon the Second everywhere.
Well, he is Aegon the Second.
No, I'm right. Oh my God, what's happening? Just falling to pieces over here.
I know. I dropped the lid of my water bottle. Sorry.
Okay, so season finale next week. Happening? The season finale next week. Well, I guess this is that how the Dance of the Dragon starts. But you think they go right for it right off the bat, or you think it's going to be, since it's the last episode, or you think this is going to be more planning? Like, is it Rhaenyra's does she go to is it Dragonstone?
Yeah, that's where
this is fucked.
Yeah, that's where like Daemon, Rhaenyra, and their like 7 kids are. Yeah, 7 kids, because I think her and Harwin Strong had 3 kids. Daemon and Lena had 2 kids, and then Daemon and Rhaenyra have 2 kids of their own.
Was she not pregnant again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and she's pregnant again. So, but there's been literally since the last episode 36 hours. So, unless she gave birth on Dragonback, I don't think that kid's popped out. But like next. I told this to my wife when we finished watching the episode. I said, the next episode better just open up with Daemon, Rhaenyra, and Rhaenys sitting in like that big room that they have in Dragonstone with the big fireplace. You know the one. Mm-hmm. And they got like high back chairs. And Daemon's just doing that thing where he's like sitting down like this. And he's like, so you're telling me you had all of them right there. They just usurped the crown. And you just left?
See the bro things.
And you just left.
So yeah, that's right. Guys, all you have to do is go over there, explain your situation.
Yeah.
Ask politely.
Actually, I should
ever think of that. What's that?
Actually, I should be queen. So if we could turn this whole thing around.
Oh boy. It's like that ship has sailed. Get it? How dare you?
So, Rob.
Yeah.
Last episode you said episode 9.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but to answer your question, I think next episode is going to be a lot more focused on Rhaenyra and Daemon and being told. So. And I doubt we probably won't get much King's Landing because you gotta tell them, hey, everyone, hey, Rhaenyra, bad news, your dad's dead.
Yeah.
And worse news, Aegon's been crowned king already. It's like, but no one told me?
But here's the good news. It's not like they left him for 10, 11 days and he stunk up the place. They found him real quick.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that they didn't find him for 10 days. It's they specifically were like, no one touches the body. If we move it, someone could see it. So he stays in here.
Have you ever left a hot dog? Ever have a hot dog fall under the couch or something like that for 11 days?
Yeah.
But that's cooked. That's cooked.
In the last episode,
chicken.
Yeah. In the last episode, Rob, that we did, your big prediction for episode 9, which didn't happen because they didn't even appear in this episode, was Rhaenyra's oldest kid, Jace, was going to die.
He's gonna get it.
You think he's getting it in episode 10?
Oh, I think so. If they start fighting right away, I think. Well, Yeah, I would see him being the one to get it. One of them. One of them. Yeah, you can't.
One of Rhaenyra's kids.
It's one of them that's gonna die. But I'm gonna say it's the older one, just because he seems to be the braver one. I'm thinking of a Rob Stark kind of a thing,
Mm.
where he's the oldest and the wisest, and then yeah, he gets red weddinged.
You think little Jace is gonna get red weddinged? He hasn't even got a chance to marry his cousin yet.
Oh my gosh, I know. Just think, what will the family say? Unbelievable. Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
gosh.
so any final predictions other than Jace? He gonna get it.
Well, I think if it's a Dance of Dragons, then dragons are going to start fighting each other. But if that's the case, then Blinky there is going to do pretty good.
I forgot that's what you call Aemon.
Well,
that is actually
Aemon.
the one positive I had about this episode was I really liked everything they did with Aemon.
Yeah, he was a fucking badass.
Because I was like,
and I like how he's complaining and he's already thinking about me. So I think, like, if anything, he might kill his brother to try and take the throne and like kill his sister, kill their kids. Anything's, you know what? Nothing's off the table, guys.
Yeah,
Nothing's off the table here.
He found Daemon's wig from episode 1, put it on, and he's acting the same way, where he's the second son, he's the fighter, he's the one who should be king. But the only difference,
Daemon had fun with his life.
Yeah,
he went horde. He went and got hammered all the time. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
this guy is kind of rigid. This guy is, oh my god.
Yeah, I think the only
Not the
difference
guy you want to sit next to in class, I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure. The big difference between Aemon and Daemon is Aemon loved his brother and was like, I get it. You be king for a while, then you'll die and I'll be king. But when Aegon, even knowing that Aegon was going to be crowned, when Aegon tells Aemon, hey man, just let me go and I'll run away and you can be king. I was like, Aemon with his one eye was like, he was thinking about it. I'm like, that's good acting from that kid. Well, and kid, I mean, he's now
cyclopic. That cyclopic bastard.
He's the youngest of the kids that we've seen on screen of Viserys. So but he looks the oldest.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a book thing or what, but I don't get it. Well, this guy looks like twice as big as Aegon.
Yeah. Even though I think the new Aegon actor is growing on me as a little hateable shit. You know?
Yeah. His little Joffrey turn there with the sword and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I get it now. I get it. This is gonna be good.
And he puts the Conqueror, not wearing his dad's crown, but he's wearing the crown of the Conqueror.
Right. Aegon.
Yes.
Aegon
the Conqueror, yes. Married his sisters.
Yeah. Oh, big
both of them.
Yeah, no shit. the gene pool, a little shallow.
Their family
shallow for these Targaryens.
Their family,
they're not even fireproof.
Is a reef. It is not.
I like it.
All right. Any final thoughts?
No. Final episode next week. Yeah. I hope everybody just decides to sit down, hash out their grievances, and everyone gets along.
Yeah. Yeah.
60 minutes of that. It'd be probably what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Because we got 2 series finales this week.
Woo!
Unbelievable.
Series finales. You think they're both getting canceled?
Well, no, maybe not. She-Hulk might not get another one. Let's talk about She-Hulk first. The other
okay.
One, I think they said 4
they're literally filming right now.
Right. But She-Hulk, who knows? Do I think they need another? I don't think so. I think you can now have just She-Hulk as part of things. I don't think you need another She-Hulk arc. We get it. We get the character of She-Hulk now.
Yeah.
I know that I think you fluctuated on whether you liked or disliked this season. How did you feel it wrapped up?
Well, I really liked the finale. But I will say I wasn't really liking the finale until the thing happens where she punches through the Disney Plus menu.
When it finally goes meta, like ultra meta.
Yeah, because
Yes.
very specifically, like obviously I loved the recreation for no reason of the Incredible Hulk TV show.
My favorite thing they did all year. I got it as soon as it started, and I was like, yes, 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 yes.
I gotta say though, so weird that they did it in this episode, right? Like they could have done it at any time, or like if they did get a season 2, that'd be like a really cool opener for season 2. Felt weird when they did it.
Yeah,
Here,
you
but I
think
thought
that
it was
they
cool.
may have done it after she went berserk or whatever after her sex tape leaked there at the awards for woman lawyer of the year, which is a weird.
Not a real thing. Looked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because then at least you could have the Savage She-Hulk after and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
It's like, yeah. But as soon as I saw her sitting in the chair or whatever, it's like and saying you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Like that is like one of the like that show. Like I watched that and I was immediately 6 years old again. Saying yes, Hulk. And I'm wondering where my Mego toys are. Now we need Mego She-Hulk.
Yeah, so I loved that. And then all the stuff in the middle where it was like her life falling apart and her and then her going to the ranch because no one can talk to her and blah 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 blah. I was like, man, I'm just really not digging this season finale, and I don't need a big punch up at the end of the season to like sell me on it. I think Loki has the best season finale of any show, and the most action you get in the season finale is 30 seconds of Loki fighting Sylvie.
Right.
But like,
and then Kang getting it.
And then Kang getting it at the end, which, oh my God, I saw the trailer for Creed 3 today. Woof! The Avengers are fucked.
Have not seen it.
Oh my God. Jonathan Majors is huge.
Oh, yeah?
He is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Is he gonna be? Are they just doing another related to another enemy from a like? Are they gonna have it like he's
no
kid or something like that?
See, that's what I thought.
But that's for have you seen this movie?
Yeah, sorry. The tagline for the movie was "Can't outrun your past," and I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be Clubber Lang," but that's dumb. But no, it's in the trailer. It's like, remember, it's like someone who Donnie knew when he was a kid, and Donnie didn't go to prison forever because he got adopted by Creed's mom,
right,
or Creed's wife. But this kid stayed in prison for 18 years, and he had to watch Adonis get everything just handed to him essentially. So it's a revenge tale from his side, and I'm like, I like it. But anyway, back to this. How did we get to? Oh, right, She-Hulk. But when we get to the whole, I thought it was. I was very confused when we get to the intelligentsia meeting, and I was like, man, this is really. So Abomination is a bad guy, but he's what? But he doesn't seem to be that into it. Is he just doing public speaking? Does he know who these people are? And then Titania showed up, and then Hulk shows up, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And literally, Rob, I've never done this before, but I reached for my controller, and I was like, I will just see a spoiler thing on Twitter, whatever. If there's a big thing that comes out, I think I'm done. This is stupid. And as I did that, I was like turning on my Xbox controller, and it went to the Disney Plus menu. But
not
she
a
was
sponsor,
still,
guys. Not a sponsor.
Yeah. And I was like, what just happened? And it was perfect because the show expertly figured out exactly where I was going to want to turn it off. And they just subverted that entirely. And then from there on, I was like, this is great. These are all great comments. I love the Kevin bot.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Kevin, what you thought of Kevin.
I love Kevin.
Is that where you thought it was going when they kept talking Kevin? Or you figured, oh, Feige's finally going to show up in his own universe?
See, I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be... sorry, no, I thought Kevin, but then I watched with subtitles, as I've said, and whenever anybody, when She-Hulk would say Kevin, it
Oh,
would
they
say
put the
Kevin
yeah,
just
they put
as
it
a
as the
name.
acronym. The acronym.
When one of the
Oh,
writers or
okay.
someone who knew what Kevin was talking about Kevin, it would be Kevin. So I was like,
Right.
oh, it's going to be something. So I had that spoiled like 5 seconds before the reveal, but
Oh, okay.
I really liked that and all the commentary that came along with it. What
Sure.
about you? What do you think of the finale?
I really did enjoy it, and I am so glad that they just said, fuck it, we're gonna go as meta as humanly possible. It's like
Yeah,
we're gonna make everything so stupid. Like we're gonna have the worst, the absolute worst season finale of all time. And guys, we're gonna save it just by saying, you know, it's what she's been doing this entire time. It's
yeah,
talking to us and talking to us and talking to us and breaking that fourth wall. It's like now she's broken. Is this like a fifth wall she's broken? I don't know what it is. It's incredible. Yeah. So her just saying, oh, okay, this is gone. Let's go here. Getting Kevin just changed this. Yeah, awesome. And the Fast and Furious kind of a little bit at the end there with the
oh my god.
family and stuff like that. So good, so
Now,
good.
wasn't a huge fan of the design choice for Scar, but I am happy
Mm,
that Scar is there.
yeah. Okay. So are they just cutting out World War Hulk?
No, what I think is happening. So I recently, I was watching a video the other day, where they were talking about why they haven't introduced the X-Men yet, and
Hmm.
apparently it's because there are like contracts with actors that go till 2024. So that's why they had to use Patrick Stewart for Professor X. But like, if they wanted to have a Jean Grey character show up,
They
it
would
would
have to
have to
use
be
Sansa.
yeah, it would have to be Sophie Turner,
Hmm.
and so they have to wait until 2024 to recast essentially, or pay a shit ton of money, which I guess they just don't want to do, even though they're Disney, they have all the money.
They're gonna do that with Deadpool 3, right?
Well, they don't have to because like Ryan Reynolds already has the money.
No, I was
Uh,
talking about getting Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing where they're not recasting him. It's the same actor, so they're not
Okay.
violating anything.
Okay.
And
That's
in
it.
that video, they also talked about how Marvel doesn't currently have the rights to distribute a Hulk movie
Right. I
until
knew that.
until 2025, I think, when Universal's rights lapse.
Yeah, unless they
So,
want to do a shared agreement like they did with Sony for Spider-Man, right?
which I don't think they're interested in doing.
I don't think so either.
Um,
But I thought
so
Namor was also part of that for some reason, but they're letting Namor go.
Well, no, apparently Namor, they were able to get around it because Namor first appeared in the Fantastic Four. Or no, sorry, it's because Namor predates Marvel in
Yes.
entirety.
Right.
So they were able to get around that. But
Okay.
all this to say, they're just laying a bunch of seeds so that in like 2025, when they can finally do a Hulk movie, they're like, and we have Planet Hulk now.
Do
Or
you think
World
this
War
is why
Hulk.
they're pushing back like things like Secret Wars and stuff like that, so they can add in World War Hulk with the X-Men, and still have it on a
No,
separate timeline? Because spoiler alerts, World War Hulk doesn't go very well for a lot of your favorite characters in Marvel Comics.
No, I think the pushbacks more have to do with just like the creative process and like Blade losing its director and
Yeah,
things having to line up where
I'll direct it.
oh, good.
I'll make it a TV show.
Oh my god. No, don't do that. Give
Be the
Blade
sec
money.
Guys, it'd be the second Blade TV show. I don't know if you remember, there was a Blade TV show.
Oh yeah, on MTV.
I don't know where it was from, but
I
uh, I watched it.
thought you
Well,
didn't
we got
watch
it in
cartoons.
Canada. We got it in Canada. So I think in Canada, it may have been on. I want to say much more music or whatever when they
Yeah.
stopped doing music too. Much less music.
Whatever
Uh,
that was.
yes, but yeah, I really enjoyed. Well, I enjoyed She-Hulk for its entirety. There was parts of She-Hulk that I really liked. There's some parts I was like, but it's not like I disliked it. But I really like how they switched, gave it the old switcheroo. on the series finale, and of course the homage to the Incredible Hulk and Bill Bixby.
Yeah.
So good. And how
I
they finally had like an actual corporal She-Hulk there that looked awesome. So yes, I was very impressed.
my biggest issue, I think the show just kind of had an issue finding its tone, and it was like up and down and up and down. Like, I think there were some really great episodes, and then there were some not so great episodes.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed the finale. Now,
Yeah.
do you think, even though maybe my favorite bit from the Kevin bot was, "We'll see you on the big screen." It's like, really? No. But then in that same breath, they were talking about, you'll never be able to do this again if you try to do this next season. And she's like, oh, we're getting a season 2. So, and Kevin didn't confirm it, so I'm not sure if they are. But do you want a second season of this? So far,
I don't think we need one. I don't think we need. I think we've set up relationship. Like, obvious. Like, I can't say obviously, can I? I would say, I would imagine that Jen Walters is going to be in Daredevil, Born Again. There's
I don't know.
18 episodes worth that they can throw
Oh
her in.
yeah. Wow.
She doesn't have to be in every single one. She's a free. She currently has no job, so she can go to New York.
No, she got her job back at the end of the episode.
Did she? I didn't remember that at all.
You
Maybe
can
I'm just glazed over.
In the hand drawn like court.
Oh, the stuff that I never watch.
Yeah,
the stuff that I fast forward to get to see if there's any post credit scenes.
Yeah, you see her like she's putting her stuff back in the office, and they're prosecuting the guy from Baywatch. And in one of the drawings, the like guy who slept with her to steal her blood is drawn going like, like he's nervous, and it's like, all right, so this guy just gets off. I guess he flipped on them, and that's how they got.
Nice.
Like, that guy should definitely suffer some punishments.
Nice.
But but yeah, so she got her job back, and you're right. She probably will show up in Daredevil, and I think that'd be good. But if they do, I hope they change up the suit a little bit, because I liked the suit when I saw it last episode. When you see it in broad daylight, you're like, oh boy, let's do something different with this.
Well, yeah, maybe let's let the CGI guys do maybe give them a break, let them have some sleep.
Yeah,
get a better job done. I guess they've been working the shit out of them.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of post-credit scenes, what did you think of the post-credit scene with Wong taking him back to what's its nuts?
To Kamar-Taj. I'm an American.
I'm telling all y'all it's Kamar-Taj.
I actually don't know, and I don't know that I love that, because they talked about Blonty asks, like, what's your stay policy, and they seem to imply that he's just going to stay there forever now,
right?
And I'm like, I don't know that Wong should be doing that, but also
he's not magical at all. He's he's got something he can do.
Yeah,
not magical.
He's not magic. I when I saw that it was Blonsky back in his cell, I was like, and here's where Elaine from Seinfeld shows up and is like,
right,
we're putting together a team. It's me, you, and Harrison Ford's in the movie now.
That's what we need. An 85-year-old as Thunderbolt Ross.
It's not, I don't want to be too grim, but it is.
There's a damn good chance he doesn't make it.
It is. I'm just saying it's bold.
Also, not the best pilot. Not the best pilot, guys.
No. But
how much is the insurance on that guy?
It's bold to recast someone in a role who is 10 years older than the actor when they passed away in the role. Like, William Hurt was only 72. Harrison Ford will be 85 by the time these movies are coming out.
Yeah, we can wheel
Bold.
wheel him out to for press. Just wheel him out
It's a
on his
bold
gurney.
choice.
Not even in a chair, on a gurney.
I know this isn't the movie show, but I just can't wait for when that press junket comes out and it's Harrison Ford and they're like, and can we expect to see in the Thunderbolts, will you become the Red Hulk? I don't care.
I couldn't give a shit.
They let me do another Indiana Jones movie, so I did this.
I sat on my balls today. All right. That's a true story.
Oh my god. Okay, I think we have lost them. I think there's just, unfortunately, like, it was a fine finale and it was good.
It was good.
But just like there's not much to talk about on the bone with this. And I'm glad that it's gonna be a minute until the next Marvel series.
Yeah. I'm glad that this thing didn't set up all these huge events and stuff like that. I'm glad it's almost self-contained, other than the fact that it did its job, establishing She-Hulk and also bringing back the new version of Daredevil. I think maybe a lighter version, to come and do his most tragic story and 18 episodes of it. Maybe they're going to just remind people the entire point with this Daredevil is like, he was also, a nice person who got along with people.
You say his most tragic story, but like, spoilers for the Daredevil Netflix show, they've done Born Again already.
Yeah.
Pretty, like, that's season 3 is a lot Born Again.
Karen Page.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah, we won't talk about it. Yeah, we'll see. But Karen Page, guys, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one series down.
One season.
One last season finale, guys. A lot of people talking shit about the Rings of Power. I will talk shit about them because I really enjoyed it. Dave, what the hell do you think?
This felt to me a lot like early seasons Game of Thrones, where episode 9, or in this case episode 7, was like the big thing where all the like emotional beats happened and stuff. And this one was just kind of like, let's deal with all the ramifications. So it was really good, I thought. And I really liked it. Just blanket statement. Galadriel kind of fucked everything up though, eh? Like she probably should have just told somebody about something.
Yeah, 100%. It's Galadriel's fault, guys.
Like, she should have at any point been like, when she's like, oh yes, and 3 rings for the elves only 3.
It's just like, well, we just need one. It says, no, guys, no, we need 3.
Yeah, and I get that, but I'm also like, but you're just gonna do the thing that Sauron, Master of Darkness, told you to do, Weaver of Lies and Deception. Now, I loved that whole bit, and I really did. I loved everything that was going on there, and the slow reveal of Hellbrand's true nature, which I had called. I was so pissed at myself, Rob, because if you remember last week, I told you, they released a trailer that they show some people saying, "And you're Lord Sauron." It was the bit with the stranger, so I was like, I fell for it. So I went off my bullshit about thinking that it was Hellbrand for sure. But then when they double fake you.
Yes. And I also remember you talking about maybe the kid is Sauron.
Well, that was a joke. I didn't think, I also think, no, Theo's, it was weird not seeing Theo or.
I was going to bring this up. We didn't touch base with them at all.
No, or Durin. We didn't see Durin, Arendir.
Yep. Nope. Durin's one of my favorite parts of this whole show.
Yeah, it was. I
love those little dwarves.
Yeah, well, that's because we had to have Poppy do her own little Return of the King and end her section like 17 times. It's like, and I'm leaving. And
Yep.
but I liked it. I did really like it. Just I'm very excited for next season because
Yes.
probably a lot less Hardfoots, which was my
100%. They're gonna have the Stranger and Nori going off doing their thing. I figured this was very much like the Two Towers, where you start seeing things starting to split up.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm very excited about the Stranger and Nori. I think you can, like, I was hoping, I was going off of hope that this would be Radagast the Brown, the Stranger, just to
Yeah.
make it different. Guys, it ain't gonna be.
It's
That's gonna
not.
be That's Gandalf.
No, that's Saruman.
Oh dear! How dare you?
No, it's definitely Saruman.
Listen to the way he talks.
Yeah. Everyone always talks about being like, we had people over this weekend and we had the same fight. Saruman, where like everyone's like, yeah, but Saruman, he was a bad guy and stuff, and he was all cryptic and evil talking. It's like he was the homie for like 5,000 years. He was the best guy in the realm. Everyone was like, that's our dude. We love him. He's great. And then, yeah, the last 20 years, he really dropped the ball. Okay. But for 4,980 years, he was doing great stuff.
Oh my god. Well, they don't have that long anymore. They aged everything up.
That's true. And also they do call when Nori is talking to the Stranger, that she's like, oh, that word, it means wise. What is Saruman? Saruman is Saruman the Wise.
He says wise one. It means wizard.
But you call Saruman Saruman the Wise.
All the stuff about talking about following your nose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is Gandalf speak.
Gandalf had to learn it from someone. Maybe he learned it from Saruman.
Maybe.
Maybe
one season. Just if they're gonna do 5, might as well do 6. Just have one season with Saruman and Gandalf as roommates, and then move to the city.
They moved to fucking
Osgiliath. But they live in a women's only building.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna say Saruman and Gandalf in a bosom buddies comedy mixed with the Odd Couple.
Jesus Christ, Rob. Oh my god.
I'd watch it. One season.
Just one season, 6 episodes. Yeah. Okay.
And they can get Billy Joel to do the theme song.
Okay.
This is my life.
Here's the thing. You're probably right. It's probably gonna end up being Gandalf because when they take one of the like Sauron priestess's staff.
Yeah. And whipping him around and stuff like that. Kind of reminiscent to something else that happens from your good buddy, Saruman.
I would say Saruman, he does that to Gandalf. So he learned it right there. I pointed this out at the time. I was like, I love that it looks stupid and it looks rigid and it's not like shooting lightning and stuff like that, because that's how the magic looks in this world, where the Stranger's just going, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic. Not a huge fan that that the 3
priestesses or whatever,
were defeated by Poppy throwing rocks from up high. But
didn't that just stun him? And then
that's why
the Stranger did shit.
Yeah. The Stranger eventually comes in, grabs the staff, and turns them into mobs.
And also that dude stabbing one in the foot.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he got better. He got over there pretty quick for a guy that just had that knife in his chest and died from it.
Yeah, I thought for sure. I was like, oh no, that guy's dead. And then I was like, oh no, he's back. And then I was like, now he's dead.
Fun fact: that guy, Lenny Bruce, what was his name? Lenny Henry.
Yeah.
The only one of these people I've ever seen in person.
Oh really?
Yeah, he introduced Sting at Live Aid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there you go. I just remember thinking, let's get really nuts. So that's it.
But I really liked all the stuff with the stranger and the double fake where they're like, "Oh yes, Lord Sauron, you're gonna be so great. It's gonna be so cool when you're evil. Let's go to the east and be evil together."
Right. Okay. Let's talk about this because I did read. I've read the books.
Yes.
It's been a while. Where's Rune?
I don't know. It's I think it's going to end up being one of those things that like it's in a different language. So the word we know it as, there'll be one of those moments where they look at the camera and like they'll get to where they're going and they'll be like, "Oh, is this Rune?" And then a random person they're talking to will look at the camera and be like, "No, this isn't Rune. This is Tom Bombadil's house."
The Rohirrim. It's not Rune. It's Rohirrim.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was better, Rob. That was much better.
There'll be way more horses, and there better not be Tom Bombadil. I can tell you that.
Fuck it. I'm gonna.
Banana.
I'm so pissed they didn't end up being Tom.
We already had one character that sung everything, basically.
Well, now she's gone.
Yeah, so
Probably.
we don't need to replace her.
Yeah, we do. We need a new singer. This is
God.
is Lord of the Rings, dog. There's always singing.
Yep, that's true.
People love singing, but I, except for you, I know you hate music.
Guys, I have a cold, dark heart.
What did you think of the Hellbrand, like trying to seduce Galadriel scene?
That entire thing, I loved. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Me
too.
too.
It was great. I thought it was great. I thought it was more of a like just like the seduction thing. It's you've seen things like this before and stuff like that, but I really liked it, and him playing with her mind and stuff like that, going in there, it's like as her brother, and then showing them when they were like, and reminding her, "You're the one who saved me." Like,
yeah,
you're the one who pulled me onto the raft. You're the one who brought me out of. I was willing to stay over at the Southlands there, or Numenor, and he brought me to the Southlands. So, like, this is your fault. But yeah, I really loved it.
Can we just examine?
And I thought he looked fucking awesome when he was starting evil. It's like, and he says his name is like, yes.
Yeah, I loved him saying, "I was awake before the first fires of this world," and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
That guy's really intense. I hope.
And the whole I've been known by many names, of course.
Yeah,
it's been used as devil speak for the entire duration of film. Though.
I hope
probably longer, but I don't know.
Just because we've gotten the bad guy reveal now, that we don't lose him.
Oh no!
Show up a couple times a season.
I think there's so much they have to do. Yeah,
there is. But
does he go after Adar again? Like,
he really hates that guy.
Yeah,
because Adar killed him.
Yes,
I guess.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I'm still kind of confused about.
So you think we'll get like just Adar and Sauron, like they'll be like the Durin and Elrond of next season, where they're hanging out in Mordor doing bad guy stuff?
I don't see it, but what would Adar do? Like if he doesn't kill Adar, he allies himself somehow with Adar. He gets his orcs, blah 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 blah.
Well, he has to, right? Like he has to get those orcs,
right? So, would he? Do you think Adar becomes the mouth of Sauron? You think he?
No, I don't think they can touch any of that stuff because I think like the mouth and the hand and the tower, all that stuff comes in the Third Age after Sauron's defeat.
Right.
So I don't think they can touch any of that stuff. Maybe Adar becomes like, I don't think he becomes anything. I honestly think Adar is like the mini boss that Galadriel has to defeat before she goes and does not just let Sauron fuck off for a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Is Isildur
dead?
Dead.
Yeah, 100%. Weird. I kept thinking we're gonna get a scene with Theo and Arendir where Theo pushes back his hair and it's like, oh, he's got those little pointy ears.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because we didn't see them at all.
No.
And I was like, they're gonna be
Bad
like,
haircut.
bad haircut to hide the elf ears.
Horrible haircut.
And it's like, they're gonna find Isildur and nurse him back to health. I was waiting for that. I thought that would be like the last thing we saw in the season, is like them finding it, because it's kind of weird for them to leave.
Yeah, they just left him. Like,
it's like,
no spoilers, but they just left him there.
Spoilers.
Dead, obviously dead.
Yeah, obviously he's dead. But like, just in case, spoilers. Nah, like he's not dead. That guy, he's fine. He's totally. In fact, he's going to be the one who kills the bad guy.
He's pretty important.
Very important, actually. It's weird that he's not dead. But I did really like the stuff that was happening with his dad and the Queen Mary. What's her name?
Yeah. Oh, geez, I can't remember. And now that she is queen now.
Yes, she's no longer Queen Regent because her dad died. Which, shout out. Usually I skip the book last time on, right. But shout out to the scene the last time on where they show him saying, "If you go to Middle Earth, you'll only find darkness."
Ooh.
And then it's like, oh, she went blind. Yeah.
More soothsaying.
Which
we should have told, Galadriel is like, come on, your buddy here, not great.
Not great, but what? Yeah. But I really liked all the stuff that happened on the boat where they were like resolving themselves and talking about like, great leaders have to be willing to pay the price, even if the price is unbearable. And then when they return to shore and they see all the black flags waving to signify the king's dead. Was cool. There was a moment where I didn't realize what was happening. I was like, oh no, did Sauron take over?
Oh, the guy says it, didn't he? He said, let all the sails be black or something like that.
No, he did. But there was a moment where it was like black and then the sun symbol was like a gray. Okay. And maybe it was just like the contrast on my TV or something, but it kind of just looked like a ring. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
A little on the nose.
I was like, did Sauron? I feel like I would have seen Sauron take over. He didn't take over. But I really like that scene where she has to have it described to her. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how much Numenor we get next season.
I'm wondering if she goes evil.
She's got to die at some point so that Elendil can take over as king. I don't know, though. I do not know. And also, can I be honest? I don't really care about what's going on in Numenor with his daughter and yeah. Oh, but what do you think she sees in the, what is it called? The Palantir?
Palantir, yeah.
But what I think she saw is the same vision that Meleys is the name of Rhaenys' dragon. It's like
you're talking Numenor's destruction there, Numenor.
Yeah, where she sees like the waves coming in, but she kept that private.
I was imagining that she would just see the eye. Now that Sauron is here, maybe that he's revealed himself, at least to Galadriel. I was thinking maybe it's the eye. And also when the rings were making, they dropped the mithril in, and it just spins around, and it looks like the eye of Sauron. I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, no, I think she's gonna see the destruction of Numenor vision and then go public with it, which will eventually lead to blah 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 blah. Only a few Numenorians go back, and then Sauron comes and sinks the island.
Yeah. So there is no Minas Tirith yet.
No. This is before This is before the great cities of Gondor.
Before Gondor. Yeah. How long does it take to start building these things?
I don't know. Gondor, like Minas Tirith's a big city. Like probably a minute, right? Like Uh,
With the, if I am I right in remembering, uh, the Elven Rings help build things like Lothlorien and stuff like
yes.
that. So we should be seeing Lothlorien before the series ends. I guess that's where you know
Where
Galadriel has
Elwood?
to go screw off to.
Well, no, she doesn't hang out in. Oh yes, she does. Never mind, Lothlorien. Never mind. I was thinking about Riverdale, not Riverdale, Rivendell.
No, no, no. She's going to Riverdale.
Yeah, hanging out with
She's
Archie and Betty.
yeah, and Jughead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Um, but yeah,
Pop's chocolate shop.
just right. They shot it from a very specific angle, but Elrond's council chamber. You just, it's like when you take a
Yeah.
picture with the pyramids, where
Mhm.
it's like right there's a KFC.
Yeah.
Like right there, Pop's chocolate shop.
Yeah. Hot dogs eating a hamburger at the
Uh,
bar.
I gotta say, I was surprised that the rings were forged at the end of, like, these rings were forged
Right.
in season 1
Are they the
because
first? I can't remember, but are they the first rings to be made? The rings for the Elven Kings.
well, technically, like the all like 16 or 17 rings, however many there are before Sauron makes the One Ring, are
Mhm.
all forged at the same time. Like
Right.
Celebrimbor makes them all, and then it's like, here you go, take them all, there you go. And then Sauron's like, ha ha ha, I have the bad ring. I am now the best evil man.
Ooh.
But now,
Best one.
yeah. So I think in this, and I think I'm just gonna have to accept that this is just like, it's an adaptation. Things are going to be different.
Yeah.
Things are already different in everything. But I'm now curious because I think the showrunner said that if they have their way, this will go 5 seasons. So I'm curious to know if, like, season 1 we got the elves rings, and then
And
next
season 2,
season
like the dwarves,
the dwarves, and then season 3 we'll get the men.
and then
Season
4 and 5 is them fighting it out. Season
season
4 to get the
4,
One Ring.
Sauron makes his ring, and then it's them getting all their forces up in season 5, and then season 5 is just a marathon of the original trilogy.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all season 5 is. It's a cost saving measure.
Yeah. The role of Galadriel will now be played by Kate Blanchett.
I would love that, Rob. You have no idea. But yeah, it's kind of, what do you want to see from season 2? Because I want to see more Durin, and I want to see what's going on with that Balrog that they showed us.
100%. I want more fighting. I thought they did a good job with the fighting.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think that this show, like, we have 2 fantasy shows which are very different, but if you asked me which show is going to do the fights better, I would have been like, oh, probably Game of Thrones. But Rings of Power, especially episode 6, I think it was, that was the Battle in the Southlands. Like, what an amazing episode that was for combat. And then the fallout in episode 7. I'd love to see more stuff like that.
Galadriel waking up in ash after
God,
Doom explodes. So good.
Oh, so good.
It was so good.
So good.
Guys, internet trolls can eat shit.
This is the worst. They suck. Like, yeah. I don't know how anyone is watching this show outside the Hardfoots and being like, this is a bad show. This is a great, really fantastic. I think Galadriel's, like, we joke and we're like, Galadriel really fucked up the whole thing because she could have just said, why don't we not do this? But at the same time, if they don't do it, every elf everywhere dies. So it's like, I guess we kind of have to do it.
They've had enough. They've had enough life. They've had enough life for the both of us.
They're not ready to accept the gift of mortality. I know.
Bunch of whiners.
Yeah.
Whiny elves. What do I hope to see? Yeah, I hope to see more fighting. I hope to see more dwarves. I hope to see, like you were saying, Hope to see if that dude has elf ears under that bullshit haircut of his.
That kid's gotta have elf ears. He's got such a bad haircut.
So I'm imagining, like, do all these people that were there in the Southlands when this happened, do they get overrun by orcs? Do they become the men that join forces with Sauron? Do they get seduced? There's lots to think.
I think they're going to become like them along, because there was a bunch of men of the Southland, but then I think
Are they the first people of Minas Tirith?
I think they are, because they also, like, a bunch of Numenorians stayed behind as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they are going to be the first Gondorians.
Well, one of the characters in the Lord of the Rings, much older than he looks, guys. Much older than he looks, and he has a real cool nickname, but I'm not going to mention it here because he's not a part of the show yet.
I don't think we're going to be seeing him.
Unlike Gandalf.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope we get more of, like, the Sauron priestess. Like, obviously we won't get those 3 back because they got evaporated.
They look like the Witch Kings and stuff like that after too, when they were all getting dissolved.
They did look like wraiths. That was really cool. But I would like to see, like, there's a whole, like, what if there's a whole, like, dark cult society to Sauron, and they're, like, over there.
100% there is. You know, I'm sure these weren't the only 3. It's like, guys, we got this little knitting club. You know what? No. Let's direct our energies to evil.
Oh,
like, okay.
By the way, how heartbreaking was it when Nori's mom finds the real stranger, and you're like, oh no, that's not him tied up.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy. Oh, brother. Yeah. No, but you knew that one of those little buggers was gonna die.
Yeah.
Might as well be the oldest one. Could have been
exactly.
the singing one. But whatever.
Oh.
Now she's the Pathfinder, or whatever they're calling them.
Oh my goodness, the Pathfinder.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I really thought that when they
Poppy? Is that the one?
Poppy, yeah.
Poppy and Nori. Nori is the one with the stranger.
Yeah. I thought that they were settling the Shire when they came back. I thought that's what they were doing.
With the tree on top of the hill?
Yeah.
It looked like Bag End to me.
But then they're like, all right, and we're leaving. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, I agree with you. I want, for season 2, I want more dwarves. I want more fights. But, like, I want more.
I want to see like a town that we know from the later age. Like, just like
the problem is none of them exist yet.
None are none that old?
Not really, because like the war, I forget what they call it, but like the war with Sauron back
Rumble in the jungle.
The opposite of that, actually, Mount Doom, the Ashkeeper fight. I don't know. That fight, like, it decimates Middle Earth, and it's like someone pointed this out to me a little while ago. Like, the movies of Lord of the Rings is not a fantasy world; it's a post-apocalyptic world where people are just coming back because you see all the ruins of yesteryear. So I don't think we'll actually see any towns or structures or anything we know, except for when Nori and the stranger get to a place, and he talks to a tree, and he's like, "Oh, and what do you call this land?" And he's like, and the tree's like, "Oh, I call it Isengard." It's like, "Oh yes, my tower shall be Isengard."
But he's gonna say it really slow.
Yes, I really expected, by the way, to back up my Saruman theory, when they were talking about your it's like they called you Sauron. I thought Poppy or Nori was gonna look up and be like, "We can't call you Sauron. We gotta do something else. What about Saruman?"
That'll trick him.
Yeah. Hey man.
No, I'm not Sauron. I'm Saruman.
It would explain why
my name is Guy Incognito.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts, Rob?
No, I can't wait for season 2. If they're making it now, when we get it. Okay, guys, out there in TV land, give us a break.
Well, it's gonna be like 2 years, right?
Yeah. How long is House of the Dragon gonna be? 2 years?
Probably, if they haven't.
Are we gonna get it at the same fucking time again?
Probably. They're probably both gonna be 2024.
Guys, enjoy this next 2 years. Spend time with your family. Get to know you.
Tell your kids that you love them.
No, come on. Fucking crazy. Little buggers. But yeah, go outside. Take your time. Watch TV as you like.
For fun.
Yeah, that's what it's here for. And that's what we're here for. We're here for fun. And to never see our families because we're too busy watching all the shows. But now, let's come down. Let's come down to it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's come down to it. And in an episode that we wanted to run 45 minutes, perfect length, we've gone half hour over yet again.
Hey, next
bonus episode here.
We end up talking about House of the Dragon too long.
That's true.
But
we only have to talk about it one more time.
That's true. And Rob, where can people find you other than talking about House of the Dragon one more time?
Ooh, you'll find me on Twitter doing nothing at Snarky Yeti. You'll find me it seems a bunch of places on this whole internet landscape of ours. Lots of stuff over at the LGR network. Doing a show with Danny on Sundays. Doing a soccer show on Mondays. Just had to do one by myself. Solo show. Yeesh. Oh my God. It's hard. It's, I have no problem talking to you for an hour and a half, but talking to myself for 45 minutes?
Oh my God. I can't even be left alone in a room by myself for that long.
After that was done, I hit myself in the head with a hammer so I'd forget.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know the spot.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to tell me I did it afterwards. I was like, what? Really? But yes. And then, of course, once in a while, showing up, doing stuff with 50. Guys, check out 50's channel, 50 Shades of Geek. Lots of great Doctor Who stuff. Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. Of course, final episode with Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor coming up soon. Other than that, what's up with you, Dave?
Absolutely nothing. So just make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to Northern Entertainment Group.
Yes.
Group. Follow us here.
Yeah, and follow that on Twitter because it might have more things than what Dave or I would ever put up.
It's
Dave
true.
Has his name on the thing. @leaves me alone.
That's fair. Yeah. But we will be back next week talking the finale of House of the Dragon. We're gonna try and get some special guests in to talk about it, and yeah, and then who knows what we'll do? Maybe all kinds of things,
guys. The world is our frigging oyster.
We can talk about anything.
There's a Star Wars show that you've got to
have not watched it. There's about to be 2 Star Wars shows,
but the other one's only a little bit.
80 minutes total.
Yeah. It's like not even a full movie.
Yeah. Anyway, from me, from Rob, from everyone here at Northern Entertainment Group, have a good time. I'm finding the video. Good.